right, Howlers, let's get howling. But first, a couple quick warnings. First warning, this podcast contains adult content.
Don't be a pixie.
Second warning, this podcast contains spoilers for the entire Red Rising saga, every single thing that's out there.
All of them. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, HowlerPod, official on TikTok, and email us, howlerpod@gmail.com. Visit us at howlerpod.com. Find us on YouTube and rate and review us 5 stars only. If you don't give us 5 stars only, then you can't meet our special guest today.
Ooh. And now, HowlerPod.
Ow!
Hello, Howlers. Welcome to HowlerPod, your podcast for all things Red Rising, where every episode we dive deep to break down, celebrate, and discuss all aspects of the fantastic Red Rising saga by Howler #1, Pierce Brown.
Ow, ow!
I am your host, Ben Reinert. I am joined today, as always, by the amazing Aaron Ayers.
Hello, Howlers.
We've got a very fun episode ahead.
Yes, very special guest. I'm so excited to introduce the author of Titan's Nest.
T.D. Orel.
Let's jump into it.
Just a quick call out. We tried to keep everything with Titan's Nest
Spoiler
free. There is a
There's some vague, not so vague spoilers.
section of spoilers where we do call it out ahead of time. So you can skip ahead about a minute or two and you'll be fine.
Yes.
And now,
HowlerPod, T.D. Orel, Titan's Nest, The Bitten Knights. Bow.
all right, please welcome today's guest. He is the author of the Titan's Nest saga. He's also the little voice inside of all your favorite creators' heads. And a howler through and through. Please welcome to the HowlerPod stage, T.D. Orel.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Oh, I already butchered my first words. Nice, nailed it. I'm on fire right out the gate.
I said, don't mess up.
I know, you got in my head. I immediately started
sorry.
sweating. I got the hot sweats.
It's
And
good.
I just
Hot sweats.
fumbled.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
good.
like it's like menopause, but for dudes.
Been there.
Hot sweats.
Been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
you have menopause?
Well, my partner came home today and she's like, were you like have a stressful day at work because you smell like you have the stress sweats? And I was like, oh, thanks. Go take a shower right now. Thank you.
Yikes.
Love you.
Hey, Ben, you stink. That's nice.
That is brutal.
We love that. We love that for you. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Ben and I have both read Titan's Nest, and we both loved it. I ate it up. I noticed when I was not reading or like doing anything else, I'd be like, I want to see what's happening.
Oh, for sure. There's
Dragon Book.
2 books out in the series right now, so we've both read the first book in this series. You can see the wonderful cover on if you tune into the YouTube channel right now. Some amazing cover art. But I will tell you, like, I had a fantastic time reading this book. Some fun characters, a really cool world.
Oh, yeah. A great map.
Lovely map.
I kept referencing this, and I'm not good at directions or geography, but it was really nice throughout the story to be like, okay, because you do a really good job of world building and like laying out where we're going. So it was nice to be able to
follow the journey,
to reference. And I'm like, oh, there's Sunstone. That one took me a while to find.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. I
love
love a good map in a fantasy book. And as a kid, that was kind of my intro to world building is I did a lot of doodling of maps of fabricated worlds, especially when I was supposed to be paying attention in math class, just doodling away. And so one of the first things that I did for Titan's Nest was I made that map. Certainly not as beautiful as it is now because I hired someone to do a much more, sexy rendition of Dazarath.
Sexy map. Is this
I love a sexy
hand-drawn?
map.
Or do you know
It
how
is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
I'm
funny.
like, how are people
because-
making maps these days?
Yeah, I think they initially sketch it physically and then transfer it, like scan it and then touch it up digitally.
Sure.
From my
It's
understanding.
great. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm glad
thank
that
you.
we already popped into that because that's one of the questions I
Oh,
really
sorry.
wanted to ask you. was-
We're really into this map.
I have this as a bin nerd question I wrote down because like I love a book that starts with a map. I always feel like you can just catch the vibe immediately from like the map and the book.
I'm the map. I'm the
you
map.
have a very cool map, and I was going to ask you like what that process was like creating the map. And it feels like one of the characters in the book, Darren,
Loves maps.
he's a map appreciator. I feel like that felt like it was coming from you. So I just wanted to hear like what that process was like.
What's a
making-
map lover? Is that a cartographer or
As
is
a
there like
cartographer, yes.
I love
Yeah, I'm an
maps.
amateur cartographer, I guess. Well, only fictitious maps, but yeah, Darren's love for maps is also stems from my love of maps. And like I said, as a kid, loved drawing maps. I loved even just going to bookstores and not picking up and buying any books, but just scrolling through and seeing what their maps
Nice.
looked like,
I feel like
and
you
pulling
would do
inspiration from. Yeah. Love a good map. And like I said, yeah, it was one of the first things that I did for Titan's Nest was I created the world of Dazarath and started with the history and started asking who lives here, why do they live here, what do they do, who lived here before them, and just started to piece together a lot of the world via the map.
Awesome. Okay, so for the howlers that maybe are not familiar with Titan's Nest or haven't read
Catch
it
up.
yet, yeah, can you give them kind of like a brief description of the series from the author?
Absolutely. Well, as you guys know, once every century, 6 dragon eggs inexplicably fall from the heavens above and crash down to our world of Dazarath. And upon hatching from their eggs, these 6 dragon hatchlings will then bite a young adult of their choosing, forever merging their minds and their souls and granting them one of the 6 elemental abilities known as Fury. And those 6 young adults will then be sent to the capital of Dazarath, which is known as Titan's Nest, to train as the next generation of Bitten Knights. And our main character's older brother, Maximus, is bitten by a dragon hatchling. And no one is surprised because he's the ideal Bitten Knight. He has all of the qualifications. He's physically gifted, and he's unyielding in all that he does. But in a twist of fate, Maximus will no longer be able to fulfill his duty as a Bitten Knight. And our younger, far less qualified younger brother, Darren Duskfell, will have to secretly inherit his brother's dragon and his destiny.
Wow. Sounds like he's done that before.
I know.
That
Are you
was
tired of doing that
really
yet?
well done.
Not at all. But yes, I have given that spiel once or twice in my life. Yes.
Nice. People are like, what do you do for work? Well, 6 dragon eggs.
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so you were talking a little bit about like the world building aspect, but like what inspired the world in the first place? Like
Yeah,
where did you get
pre-map.
started? Yeah.
Pre-map. As a kid, I loved anime and I loved Avatar: The Last Airbender. Specifically, I always really loved that in Avatar: The Last Airbender, you could see someone in that show and you knew immediately which region or area they were from based on how they looked, how they dressed, or of course which element they controlled. And so I've always been a sucker for a faction. I think we all desperately want to belong to something, and it's really fun to read a Harry Potter or watch an Avatar: The Last Airbender and say like, ooh, I wonder which faction would I be a part of, what characteristics do I have that these characters have that make me fit into this certain group. And so I knew that I wanted to do like really distinct factions. And so that's where the 6 different kingdoms come into play. And I love the elemental abilities. And so that's where like kind of the inspiration for the 6 different kingdoms comes from, each based on some sort of element known as Fury.
And do you have a Fury that you would have that you like the best?
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but unfortunately I am a quarter ginger, so I do feel that I would probably wield the Flame Fury. That feels most fitting to my personality,
Nice.
and my general vibe.
I lean Flame Fury only because I was always Sailor Mars growing up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's Celestial Fire Ignite.
I
Oh
was
gosh,
most, like,
I just got chills.
I was most taken by the Flora of Fury. I love that.
Ooh.
Just
I do
the
like. I am
powers
kind of
were
a
really
plant
really
mom,
cool.
so
Yeah.
and she reminded me of
She was really fun.
who's the sexy Poison Ivy?
Ooh, yeah.
from Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that'd be cool.
I like what you were talking about with factions and like belonging to a faction. One thing I really liked about Titan's Nest was just like there's some ambiguity to the factions and like who's good, who's bad, like but we have characters on both sides that we're following.
We don't know who's telling the truth.
Yeah. So that's a really fun.
We disagree on
mystery.
who's good and who's bad.
That's great. I love to hear that, actually. Yeah, I've always loved a story because, of course, there's two sides to every conflict.
Right.
And I love the idea of siding and understanding the perspective of both parties and, yeah, kind of letting the reader themselves choose who they think is on the right side. But I would love to hear, yeah, where you guys stand currently with book one, because a lot of people's...
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
a little bit spoily. Okay, plug your ears if you don't want to spoil, because I'm interested to hear what you.
Well, he thinks the Titan's Nest is clearly the bad guys.
I don't think they're clearly the bad guys. I just think
You were
I think,
just saying.
No.
But you don't think Rourke is like immediately the bad guy.
Well,
but
I
I
mean,
was
he's
like,
doing bad
to me,
things.
he's like
He's
evil,
definitely doing bad things. Yeah.
For
like
sure.
full evil. I don't know. There's a lot of holes in like the whole.
But like the Swarmborn, they don't seem bad to me.
No,
So I feel like
I feel bad for the
I
Swarmborn.
know.
They're oppressed.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
They are oppressed.
yeah.
I don't know.
So that's where I'm kind of like up in the air. If they're on his side, like does he know?
I don't know. I don't trust Rourke,
Yeah.
obviously.
He's using bad tactics. I was like the tactics are not. I can't. speak
Right.
to
Even
those.
from the get go, like he's like, no, we were saving your lives. It's like, why'd you break my leg then?
It's a fair question, but it is a really effective tactic to kidnapping someone. So
Yeah. And and they're killing like before even breaking the leg, they're killing all the adults around them to take them and slitting soldiers' throats.
I
And
love how
I'm
we're
like,
this isn't going to be spoilers, and then now it's spoilers.
that's early. That's really early.
Very early in the process.
Very early.
okay, now you can unplug your ears.
Now you're back.
Can we do an interjection like skip ahead
Yeah, I can put
10
one in.
seconds?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did you independently publish this?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. This is a self-published series. The plan is currently to continue to self-publish it, despite a lot of the momentum that we've had, which I'm incredibly grateful for, and thankful to a lot of howlers like yourself who have made the transition over to join the Bitten Knights. But yeah, just because of the momentum that I have with the series, I'm going to continue to self-publish, at least, once I finish book 3, I'm going to self-publish that as well, and kind of reevaluate where I'd like to go with the project with like some prequel stuff as well. But currently my agent and I think we're like, let's keep it self-published, and I've built an audience that seems excited about it. And so we're going to try to ride the wave, and see where it leads.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Love that. I had opened book 2 last night after I finished book
Wait,
1.
I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, and so I was reading like the acknowledgments, and I really enjoyed your acknowledgement to yourself at the start of book 2, where you said, "To me, my greatest enemy, despite your best efforts, I did it. Grovel before my might." I thought that was, one, hilarious, also 2, like really inspiring. And I was just going to ask you kind of what that self-publishing independent author experience has been like, and now that you're kind of like experiencing some lift and your baby is flying a little bit, like how does that feel for you?
And why are you your greatest enemy?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think a lot of creatives and especially writers can relate that we are often our own worst enemy, and the insecurities and the lies that we tell ourselves when, every time I pick up Red Rising, for example, anytime I read just about any excerpt by Pierce, I suddenly find myself saying, oh, I'm not a very good writer. I can't do this. And so, as they say, comparison is the thief of joy. And when I read a lot, it's one of my great passions, as you can imagine. And I read a lot of really good stuff that sometimes makes me feeling really small and unseen, and feels like I have such a long way to go before, I'm where I'd like to be. And this Sigra's Roost, the sequel to Titan's Nest, I was just in a really dark place where I had written Titan's Nest, and I queried for a really long time and didn't have any traction. And I, at the time, I think I had like 200 followers on social media on Instagram, and like I said, just feeling really hopeless with my career. And unfortunately, I had told myself that there's nothing else in the world that I'm allowed to do. I have to be a full-time, hopefully one day New York Times bestselling writer, which, that can be conceived as a lot of pressure to put on oneself in your, late 20s. But I had made that decision coming out of college that was my only option, and I was going to shrivel up into a little raisin and die if it didn't happen. And so with, I had published 2 books before Titan's Nest that absolutely flopped, did terrible, didn't sell any books, didn't have any social media, didn't have any way to market, didn't have an agent. And so with Titan's Nest, it felt like it was maybe heading in the same direction. And so, I think we are going to talk about social media a little bit and the tool that is and how it was utilized. But the second book felt really daunting. And I think there was a lot of seasons where I was like, why am I doing this? Like, no one's even reading the first book. But thankfully, I cared deeply about this story and this world and these characters, and I've like fallen in love with them, and I just became obsessed with it. And even though it was the hardest thing I've ever written, and there are there's more POVs added, and as you see more characters, and there's a big part of book 2 is a prison break that was like more complicated than I care to admit to figure out how it happened, because prison breaks are complicated enough, and then you add dragons and magic systems and other flying creatures, and all of a sudden it becomes it's a floating prison out in the middle of the ocean, so more complications. Yeah, Deep Grave shout out for sure. And so book 2 in a lot of ways felt impossible, and I was just in a dark season where I was really far too hard on myself and comparing myself to people that are a lot further ahead than I. And so I was pretty concerned that I was going to give up and not want to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. But like I said, thankfully, I go to bed thinking about these things. I wake up thinking about these things, and I can't help but, write it down and get it onto paper or onto screen, if I'm being honest. But that was a really long answer to your question. Did I answer your question?
That's great.
Awesome. It was really cool to hear that.
Thank you for being candid about I'm sure there's a lot of writers going through the same thing, regardless of
any creative project. Is like you're constantly doubting yourself like that, and that's why I found that like personally so inspiring. I think that's really cool. Like a lot of times you can just talk yourself out of doing some cool thing, like just
for sure,
because you're so worried about what other people think about it,
or like making a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part
Totally.
I could see. Yeah, but yes. And like your passion for the world like clearly comes through.
Right. I'm glad you continued, because I'm excited to read book 2.
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't put down book 1. Yep.
I'm really honored anytime someone joins the Bitten Knights, and I'm double honored anytime a fellow Howler joins the Bitten Knights. That's really fun for me. So I'm stoked that you guys picked it up.
I'm jealous of the shoulder bite. I kind of want to get my own, in Red Rising, Howlerdom, there's a million tattoos, and I'm like, it would be a cool tattoo.
Actually, yes, a dragon bite.
A dragon bite.
Agreed. Yes.
And I don't know. I've always been obsessed with dragons, so this is a fun one. Did you ever think of other dragons in media while thinking of these dragons? Like, when they're small, I kind of think of...
These are quite unique dragons.
They are quite unique.
I like that part.
I think of 2 different things, personally. I don't really think of Game of Thrones, but I think of How to Train Your Dragon when they're small, because they're all, like, different, and they all look different.
Yeah.
And they're small. And then I think of... oh, my God. I just blacked out. What do I think of when they're big? I'll think of it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you take your time.
No, not Braveheart. Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I'm like hearing the music in my head, and I got distracted. But Dragonheart was like, a big part of my childhood. So I think of him when I think of him big. What do you think of when you're writing him?
Yeah, that's a good question. I
And you don't have to think of anything. They can
Yeah,
be
I
their
don't
own
know.
thing.
I guess there's all sorts of media that I consume. I do really love the look of the dragons in Game of Thrones and the House of Dragon. I like a wyvern for sure, as Tenebros is, and I guess Saphira from the Aragon series was one of my first exposures to fantasy, and so I'm sure Saphira creeps her way in there. Saphira and Thorn, but I think a huge part of what makes Titan's Nest unique is, so I was, as a kid, I was obsessed with Digimon and Pokemon, and I loved the idea of having that tiny animal companion that was kind of cute and fun and a pet in a lot of ways, but had the ability to transform into something more formidable when the opportunity arose, or something rideable, which is also really fun. And one of the first scenes, I don't write in chronological order, so actually the first thing that first scene that I wrote for the Titan's Nest saga is a scene from one of the concluding battles in book 2. And without any spoilers, the scene essentially, originally when I first wrote it, it followed a bitten knight flying towards a tower. He jumps off his dragon. His dragon snaps down to its normal size. He flies into the tower, kills a bunch of Swarmborn with his fury, and then jumps back at the tower, and the dragon transforms. And I just thought that was such a fun and unique way to do combat and action, with the dragon being able to change form on command. And that is kind of what sparked the whole idea for the Bitten Knights, and it just kind of spiraled from there.
Incredible. That's cool.
I have to say it. That's freaking sick.
Nice. That is freaking sick.
So yeah, we've mentioned social media and your videos a couple times already, but can you tell us, like, where did that start? And now that you've gone viral, I think you've gone viral millions of times at this point. You have millions of views on these videos.
Well, that's generous.
What is that experience like? And do you feel like, is it hard to come up with new topics now to do, or new?
I also wanted to ask, are you able to enjoy watching anything anymore, or do you have to keep writing down little jokes while you're watching them?
Well, the truth is, I have been doing analysis and bits like this since I was a kid. I've just started recording them, so nothing has changed. I've always consumed stuff through this lens of everything is funny to me. No matter how heart-wrenching of a film or a book or something, I've always found the humor and just whatever stands out to me that I think is just odd or amusing, and I can't help but comment on it. And there's a lot of shows that I'm not allowed to watch with my wife because I like to comment on the things that I find amusing.
Do you do it in your fancy voice?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, especially if it's Bridgerton, or she loves time period stuff. So Pride and
Same.
Prejudice and
yeah.
all of those. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, I mean, you legally have to if you're going to comment. It's for the best that you do. The Ulysses voice. But yeah, I could give you the long story of how social media kind of spiraled into what it is, if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
So, like I said, nothing was really happening with Titan's Nest. It was published, and I had I don't even think I had 1,000 followers on social media at the time, and had no idea how to market it and get it out into the world. And I listened to the podcast To Ramble, their book reviews, all the time. And they had posted that they were looking for someone to edit their long form video content and to help with their social media content. And so they're kind of doing an open, not casting call, but you could openly take one of their clips, edit it, and send it to them. And that's how they were going to hire someone. And so I followed the instructions, and I had zero interest whatsoever in editing their videos for them. I did not want to do that as a career. I actually kind of hate editing videos, especially long form. Yep, as I'm sure you can relate. And so my master plan was I was going to make something funny that I hope would stand out to them, in hopes of, if it was funny enough, maybe they'd reach out and have a conversation. If they were willing to have a conversation, maybe we could spark a friendship. If we sparked a friendship, maybe one of them would read Titan's Nest, preferably both. And if they read Titan's Nest, maybe they'd talk about it on their podcast. And that is verbatim what ended up happening, which is really cool. Yeah. And so I sent them just a funny video and put a bunch of jokes in it. They thought it was clever enough that they reached out and were like, yeah, we're for sure going to hire someone else. But I think they said, we like your moxie. And so we ended up, jumping on a call, not dissimilar to this, and just told them all about Titan's Nest and some other projects that I was working on, and what the desire of my heart was, and just kind of became friends with Richard and Austin, who I still get to talk to all the time and have kind of become good friends. And thankfully Richard picked up Titan's Nest and he read it, and he gave me far more shout outs than I deserve on Tutor Ramble. And that was kind of the spark to find readers outside of my own community that I already knew. People that are actually readers started picking it up thanks to them. And, of course, it was just a few here and there. But after that, I had, like I said, kind of developed a relationship with Richard and Austin. And there was another guy that we ended up doing an episode together named Zia Diamante, who's one of the kindest humans who ever lived. He's also an indie author. And talking with those guys off the podcast, when I was kind of venting to them, I'm like, I don't really know what to do, but this is all I want to do. Every job I've ever had, I've hated. It's soul crushing. Like I said, these things just kind of consume me, and I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And they're like, well, are you posting on social media? And I was like, not at all. And they were like, well, if you're going to go the indie route, which is kind of my only option at the time, like, you have this incredible free tool that doesn't cost you anything, and you can post as much as you want, and you can experiment as much as you want, and it's an incredible way to find readers. And I was really reluctant at first, and I think a lot of those like lies and the battle with comparison was coming from social media when I was looking at what other people were achieving, both in my life and just like, to be honest, I muted Pierce Brown's account for a long time because every time he posts, he was just so handsome, so successful. It filled me with dread.
Fair.
And truly ridiculous. And so I was trying my best to stay off social media, but they were like, hey, if this is truly what you want to do, and this is what you think is your calling, then this is a really great way to pursue that. And so as I do with all things, I said, okay, I'm going all in, and I decided that I would post every day for a year, and I would not miss a single day, and I would post a video for 12 months.
Yeah.
And
Ben's looking at me like I'm supposed to do that.
so here's an encouragement for you. Don't do it, because it didn't work at all.
Okay, great.
Not only did I do a year, I did 14 full months, and both on Instagram and TikTok. Didn't miss a single day. Posted a video every day.
How
I
do
think,
you even come up with that much stuff?
well, so yeah, and it wasn't good. It was just trash content, and I was just, whatever was like the viral audio, whatever the viral caption was, I was just copying people, whatever in like the bookish space, and trying to recreate more successful posts. And at the end of that, I think my best post did like 100 likes, but my average post was doing like 12 likes with a single comment from my mother, like, good job, sweetie, which is far more embarrassing than no comments.
Doing great, honey.
Yeah. And thankfully, I think something that kind of kept me going was my initial push for the yearly post was I tagged Pierce Brown in a video every day, and the caption was, tagging Pierce Brown in a video every day until he agrees to be the Lorne to my Darrow. And on day like 33 or something, he responded, and I pooped my pants. And unfortunately for Pierce, that was the first point of contact to I don't want to boast, but I'm kind of Pierce's mentor and best friend at this point.
We believe you.
That is not factual at all. No, but he was super kind, and even just him responding was like a huge boost to motivation of my favorite writer, reaching out and taking the time to even just say, hey,
And he's like our Tom Cruise. He's just like a cool guy.
Yeah.
he is the coolest guy. And so after that 14 months of videos flopping over and over again, I was like, okay, this obviously isn't sustainable. It's not working at all. And that's when I said, okay, if I have to continue to post because this is what I want to do. I want to sell some books and I want to make this my career. I made the decision that I'm only going to start posting solely original content. I'm not going to copy anybody else. I'm only going to talk about things that I'm passionate about. And I'm going to just try to experiment and be really clever with what I post. And of course, as tacky as it sounds, be yourself.
Be yourself.
be yourself. And that is when I started to get some momentum on social media and started to get some engagement. And some of the first clips or reels that started to not even go viral, but actually have some interaction where a series I was doing where it was like POV, your wife's a very patient person. And it was me like really over explaining my favorite book scenes. So I was like sitting at the kitchen table pretending like we were at dinner and pretending to like not pretending. I was actually giving like explicit detail into every.
Done that myself, too.
Yeah, and I think surprisingly, a lot of people in our nerdy space have either done that or have received that from a loved one.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why people connected with it. And those were my first couple videos that started to get some traction. And I started to find a lot of people that were also into the Cosmere and a lot of howlers, because a couple of those first ones that I did were all either Red Rising or from the Stormlight Archive.
Nice.
And then from there, my wife and I were reading the newest Hunger Games book together, and I was doing what I always do, where I comment on silly things, and I think the bird, there's some sort of like flamingo creature and that has like essentially a blade for a beak, and I kept saying like, replace their beaks with blades. And we were having like a really good time just laughing at the silly and horrific stuff. I use comedy as a shield because that book and most books are emotionally really dark and really heavy. And so it's easier for me to laugh about it, or I think I'll cry. And so that's kind of what spawned that character. And so that first video I ever did, I named him Ulysses.
Yes.
This character that I do
After the baby.
I actually think I might have named him Ulysses prior to the baby, but
Oh no. And then you got murdered.
Yeah, then I got nailed to a tree. But yeah, I did like it was the evil thoughts inside of Suzanne Collins' head when she was writing the newest Hunger Games, and that was my first video that got over 1 million views, and just people seemed to really connect with the concept and loved the idea. And then I realized I could talk about literally anything with this character. As you may have noticed, that I do have like a pretty wide net. And of course, it started out with just books, but I wasn't reading books fast enough to post consistently because unfortunately I'm reading pretty thick books usually with the fantasy and sci-fi space. And then I was like, wait a second, I really like movies. I really like TV shows. I really like video games. And that's when I just started branching into anything that I was passionate about, anything that was nostalgic as a kid, just kind of slid its way into this character. And I am incredibly grateful to this character because he has opened doors for me that I never thought imaginable. And if you told me, this time, even last year, that I would ever be in the same room at the same time with Brandon Sanderson and Pierce Brown and Christopher Paolini and Christopher Rocchio, and a bunch of these guys that I've admired since I was a wee lad, because of this stupid character, I'm sure I wouldn't have believed you. And that's kind of the social media tale that brings us to today.
That was such a great story.
It's great too. Like, you started popping up on my feed, before I knew about Titan's Nest, that's where I saw you first, because I'm in the book space too,
Yeah.
even on my personal account, not just HowlerPod.
Yeah.
And I love how you are all over the map. Like the Mario Kart one, I found hilarious because I loved Mario Kart. But then even like your Avatar one cracked me up, because Ben and I went and saw Avatar, and we thought it was terrible, and then like you said everything we thought. And I was like,
awesome.
right?
One of our favorite things to do is go to movies that are maybe not the best,
Just
and we
any
love
movie.
to like laugh at them. I don't know. We love to have
Oh,
like, a
yeah.
very good time at the movies. Like,
Even if they're bad.
not
yeah.
in a bad and not in like a making fun of it way, but more like I don't know. We're just having a good time at the movies.
Well, if they're good, we're not
Yeah,
laughing at it.
exactly. But that
it-
one we had a lot
that
of fun
also-
laughing
It,
at.
it stems from Ben's love for the Fast and Furious movies, where like you love to hate it. Like the reason
Yeah.
you love it is because it's ridiculous.
Yes.
So it
Totally.
stems
No, we
from
all have our guilty pleasure films and series that we love, and they're so fun to watch with your friends. My friends and I will get together and purposely get some drinks and put on a really bad movie.
like, what
And
were you
everyone just
thinking?
cackles at my commentary, of course.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
All right. Nice.
we should stream a movie.
Oh, I would love that. That's a great idea.
How do you
That'd be
feel about
fun.
the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious franchise?
I'd be happy to share my thoughts.
The most embarrassing thing is being in a movie theater with Ben watching Fast and Furious. He is like the loudest cackler ever.
Well, and
We'll go and like people around us aren't laughing.
this was like years back when people would take those movies seriously, and then I would go.
I think it was
I'm,
number
like,
7.
having
Yeah.
like the best time ever, laughing at
You
everything.
were having the most fun, yeah.
And then-
people are looking.
People like look at me. I'm like, it's funny. Right?
It's
like,
funny.
this is great.
Yeah, you do have an amazing laugh. You really do.
It's great.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we.
It was the one where The Rock like punched through something. I don't know. We were dying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Rock's always punching through something. I
Punching
think
through
I remember. I had a similar experience. I couldn't tell you which one it was. I've seen like the first two, and then like number 7, and then like I've seen like number 12. They're so sporadic. I don't know how many there are, but I do remember audibly laughing really hard when The Rock was in the hospital. His arm had just recently been shattered, and he
That's
was
what
in a
I'm talking
full
about.
cast. And then he just goes, "Daddy's got to go to work," and he flexes, and the cast disintegrates off his bicep. And I had a similar
Take that
experience.
seriously.
I was laughing really hard, and it was just silent in the theater. I was like,
Come on,
"Ah,
guys. We're here to enjoy ourselves.
I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
You got to have the right.
And you have to enjoy The Rock
Yeah.
flexing out of something. I
I
mean,
know.
sure."
what was
And
he made
multiple
for?
Different ways you can enjoy that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Should we talk some Red Rising?
Oh, Red Rising.
We have a little Red Rising survey for you. I'm gonna put you through your paces. Just see what kind of fan you are. This
Okay,
isn't, like,
I'm
trivia
nervous.
or anything like that.
No,
but just,
not
like,
trivia.
Yeah, just stuff like.
I've reread the book so many times I can't remember anything.
Okay, number 1. How did you discover the series?
Ooh, that is a good question. So many shout outs to my wife this evening. When we were first dating in like 2015, she was a huge reader. It's something that we really connected with right off the bat. And she wouldn't stop telling me about this sci-fi series. And I said, "Oh, darling, I only read fantasy." And she was getting really frustrated with me because I refused to pick it up because I just hadn't really found any sci-fi books that I had enjoyed at the time, or at least that I was excited about. And she kept pressing, and eventually I gave it a shot. I think it was 2015 when I read the first book. And to be honest, I was like, this was really good. I really enjoyed it. And that was kind of it for me. And I took a break. And then at some point, I think I was just had like a lull in my reading. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll read the sequel to Red Rising. And I always tell people, Red Rising begins at the Galaxine of Golden Sun.
Yep.
That's when the series begins in my mind. And that's when I was like, oh, yeah, this might become my whole personality.
Oh, no.
Yeah. tragic.
You're like,
And
sorry, wife, this is mine now.
Yeah, this is my thing now. And so, yeah, that's how it got started. And after Golden Sun, I just devoured them. And I think I had to wait. I don't remember what the gap between Morningstar and Iron Gold was, but it was like perfect, where I was like, Morningstar finished so well, and I was so content with the ending that I didn't feel like I needed more. I didn't really want more. And then by the time Iron Gold came out, whenever that was, I was like, okay, take daddy home. I'm ready.
A lot of people stop after Morningstar and they haven't. They're waiting for it to finish. Yeah.
I have a ton of friends who read the original trilogy and just won't start the sequels. And I personally, as hot take maybe, I prefer the sequels more, but so I'm always sad when I can't get them to go.
Lightbringers was so good.
Yeah.
There it is.
Agreed.
Okay, so favorite characters. Who's on your favorite character Mount Rushmore for Red Rising?
Does that mean it has to be 4 people?
Yeah.
President.
Yes.
Typically, yes.
Yes. Lysander. That's a joke. It's a joke. Sorry.
I was like, get out. We have friends who like Lysander. We're still friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Just Zeph.
Yeah, just Zeph, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to want to remove him from your social circle immediately. Lorne.
Barbecue it.
Lorne is my number one, I think. Lorne out Arcos. And you know what? Okay, this is embarrassing. Lorne's my favorite character. I'm not a part of the Patreon, so I actually haven't read the Book of Lorne, which is so embarrassing. But
you know what? I am a part of the Patreon, and I have the hard copy, and I haven't read it yet. I was too busy reading Dragon Book.
As long as you're reading Dragon Book, then I accept.
Yes.
Number
Lorne.
2, probably a very basic answer, but I'm going to say Darrow of Lycos, the Reaper of Mars.
He's good.
Classic.
Yeah, I like that guy. Man, this is hard.
This is a quiz you can get wrong, so.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
You can choose baddies, too. They don't have to all be goodies.
Okay. I'm going to say Ragnar.
Oh. R.I.P.
And then, okay, if we're just talking original trilogy, then Severo. But if we're talking the sequels specifically, then Cassius.
Okay.
Love.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good Rushmore.
Yeah, that's
It's a great Rushmore, yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite side character?
Volga.
Yes.
Well,
What a sweetie pie.
she fell off
Wow.
for me.
That's true, actually. Yeah, she's and Lightbringer. Maybe she's not.
She was like up here, then she was like, choo.
Lightbringer was a
Yeah.
tough turn of events for her, for sure.
Yeah,
No.
I do. But in Iron Gold and Dark Age, Volga is such a likable character.
Oh yeah,
She's very.
fantastic.
She really is.
I think she'll come back.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Favorite book in the series?
By far, Dark Age is my favorite book.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
That tells us.
Brood.
that tells
You're a
you-
broody
that tells us
soul.
something about
Yeah, I'm just kind of
Brooding again.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's like a cool, like brooding Batman guy, but I'm more of like a sad Billie Eilish boy. I'm a Billy boy.
When will it end?
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. I'm thinking this may come from Dark Age. Then, what is your favorite battle in the series?
Ooh. From a prose perspective, from a writing perspective, the Day of Red Doves, when and I'm blanking on his name. He's defending Mustang.
Daxter.
Yes, thank you. And he is just going absolutely ballistic to try to protect her, and the writing in that scene is so interesting, and it's so unique, and it's like so engaging. You feel really sweaty, and you're just like fully convinced that Mustang's about to die. That's probably my favorite written scene. And then I think my favorite overall like battle scene is just like the first Iron Rain and Golden Sun.
Yeah. I love both of those.
The Daxa one, it's like the same feeling as if you want him, come and claim him.
Oh yeah, totally. Things end a little different for those two characters, but yeah, totally.
Yeah, sure. One gets their head cut off.
Yes.
Right.
Aaron does this more often than I do, but that was the only time I've ever flipped forward in the series. I was like, I have to see if Mustang is alive.
Oh,
or
I'm
not.
doing it all the time.
Are we coming back to her?
I have
chapters or not?
anxiety.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with this. Like, she has
That's
to be alive.
that's sick, you guys. That's inappropriate behavior. Please just stay on the page you're on.
I can't.
As someone who's writing stories, it just makes me a little sad to know that you're just skipping full paragraphs, possibly full pages.
Well, I go back
Oh
and
no!
read.
I just had to check and see if there was another Mustang chapter.
Okay,
and
good,
then I
good,
just
good,
went
yeah.
back. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
confirmed that she's alive. We're coming back to her at some point, and then I'm back to the story. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. Is it which book? Dark Age, Iron Throne, where I Control F Cassius's name.
Yeah, that was inappropriate. I didn't approve of that.
I was like, I need to know if he's actually dead.
Yeah, that is inappropriate. Shame.
He wasn't. It was great.
Yeah,
It's great.
I did not pass off on that one. Okay, so which death was the biggest gut punch for you?
Ooh. With your Mount Rushmore, that's a tough choice.
Yeah. I think Cassius was hard because I knew it was coming the whole time, especially after him and Darrow had their like, I care so deeply for you. I care so deeply for you. We're going to have such a wonderful life at the end of this war, being best friends and brothers forever. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
The chapter title was Brothers. It was like, damn it.
God damn it.
It's not going to
Yeah.
go well.
Yeah. Ragnar is hard. Every time it's just hard. I think it's one that I didn't fully see coming, unexpected. But I think maybe the biggest gut punch is when Lysander shoots Alexander point blank in the face. I think that was the biggest gut punch where I was just kind of devastated.
Completely devastated. That's
Yeah.
a great call out. Yeah.
That's why Lysander's dead to all of us.
Agreed.
One of the many reasons.
One of the many reasons, yeah.
Okay, so for the future Red Rising adaptation, are you team live action or team animated?
That's a great question. I naturally push more towards an animated series because I just love anime, and I think it's just like the coolest art form all around, from like start to finish. All the work that goes into everything is just so impressive, and it makes me like appreciate the whole production a lot more. And I think with live action now, especially like with a big sci-fi, that it just feels like we have to cut a lot of corners and rely so heavily on CGI and like not use practical effects with a lot of things. And I've felt that way for a long time until I saw Dune 2, and then I was like, we could do it, you guys.
Yeah, right.
Especially if the theater you're in is like,
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, after seeing
like,
Dune
I need
2,
earplugs.
seriously, and I was just like, the future is now.
Yeah.
We can do Red Rising. I would be okay with it. But prior to that, I think I would have said it has to be animated. I would be a lot more interested if it was animated. But, with the potential of me playing the Reaper of Mars himself in a production similar to Dune 2.
I would vote for you.
That's a terrible vote, but I am flattered.
Only if you do your Ulysses voice the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunately it's the only voice I can do.
The Reaper.
I've always been team live action for a long time, but I'm coming around to more and more.
Well, when I watch, I don't watch a lot of anime, but when I watch like Arcane or even
Yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters, I don't know. Like, I think I would really enjoy animated, and it, you can really encapsulate the different sizes, different colors, casts. I don't know. And then you
Yeah.
don't have to be worried about like a bad actor ruining a character. But
For sure.
I just want Red Rising to be huge. And I just don't know
Sure.
if it can do that if it's animated. So that would be my one drawback.
Hot take. I don't want it to be anything other than a book.
Not
This
a hot
is where
take.
I like
I'm
it
with
in my
you.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
want
with
it
you.
to get
As many
ruined.
adaptations as have been messed up. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I can feel you on that.
It's precious to me. I don't want it to
Yeah.
go
I
bad.
have
No,
no issue like separating those two things, but I can get why it would.
Mhm.
it'd be
Yeah, I'm
frustrating.
totally with you. I'm often against any adaptation of most books, and there's of course a few that have come out really beautifully and are some of my favorite forms of media. But for the most part, I'm totally okay with let's not touch it, let's leave it as it is, and appreciate it for what it is. And
Yeah.
I would be okay if an adaptation didn't happen, but if it does, I'd like to be involved.
You heard it here first.
We'll throw our hats in the ring too.
We'll just keep
Excellent.
talking about it.
Okay, so last three questions are all Red God related.
Okay.
What are you looking forward to most for Red God?
I desperately want Lysander to stand in a room alone with the Reaper of Mars and face single combat, preferably without razors or weapons of any kind.
Ooh.
Yeah, no guns
Julian
allowed.
style.
Yeah, sweet, sweet Julian. I'd like them to be stripped naked, stripped bare.
Strip them both naked. They're boys.
Yes.
It's heated rivalry style.
Yes. And then they share a passionate kiss at the end. Maybe more. Yeah, I'd like to see Lysander get his comeuppance, and I'm excited to see. You know, I'm really banking that is going to happen. That Lysander is not going to survive Red God. So I'm excited to see how Pierce handles that and what he's going to do. Which this is kind of a sick thing to say. That's the thing I'm most excited for, is to see a character be
fictional, it's
brutally
fine.
murdered. Yeah, thank you. That makes me feel better. Yeah. Yeah. So I think seeing how Lysander reaps, for lack of a better term, the harvest in which he has been
Yeah,
preparing.
I think we're all looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the flip side of that, what are you dreading the most for Red God?
I just have a sick feeling that a lot of our main cast, the Darrows, the Severos, the Mustangs, the Victras, I have a hard time seeing Pierce let everybody walk away and live a happy life and sail off to some isolated moon with their whole families and be happy. I also think Darrow has a lot of things to answer for, and I don't know if Pierce is going to let him get away with those things. So I'm
Doesn't seem
fearful.
like it, does it?
Yeah.
He wants Darrow
I
to
do
die.
not. I
Yes,
just,
you do.
I'm just preparing you
Mm.
for how that might go.
I just hope we don't like kill Pax or something. I'm like, we've killed enough children.
Yeah.
There have been a lot.
Maybe the children can make it.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
Pax
that
is
would
in the
be
clear, but I don't know if his father and mother are entirely. So
Sure.
Mustang
We'll see.
would devastate me.
Mustang would
Yeah,
be
you'd
hard.
more upset,
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume one of them is going to survive. I've got a feeling it would be Mustang, but you never know.
Yeah. Okay, last question on the survey. What is your spiciest Red God take or prediction?
My spiciest.
Spicy.
I have a fear that the parasite that is inserted into Lyria is going to unlock some unforeseen power, and she is going to be titled Red God
Love that.
as a red.
What's Darrow's niece's name? Rona?
Yeah.
Could she, like, with her bolts, get strapped into, like, a war machine? She's Red God?
That's Red God-ish
Well,
for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If we're talking little reds.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
All right, Aaron, you know what it's time for?
What are we into this week? See, I do voices.
Yeah. That's a hell of a jingle.
All right. Obviously, what are we into this week? Our
Yeah.
little section of the podcast where we talk about what we've
What
been
are we into?
reading, listening, watching.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
Please.
set the example. And you said your wife likes period pieces, so I'm curious to know if she's watched this. But this weekend, while Ben and my husband were out at a rap show, I stayed home and I watched Hamnet. And I legit was fighting for my life for 2 straight hours. I was crying so hard that I had to take breaks to like compose myself and blow my nose. And my eyes were like swelling up. Anyways, I took a photo at the end of the movie. I had a waterfall of snot running down my face. And I was just like that. Anyways, watch that at home if you're going to watch it.
Good tip.
But it's Hamnet is it's based on Shakespeare's life. It's a fictional imagination of what Hamlet is based on, which is the death. Not Mary Shelley, obviously. Who wrote Hamnet? I think it was Mary somebody. Not Hamlet, Hamnet.
Oh, Hamnet.
But she imagined Hamlet. The events of the play Hamlet were based on the death of Shakespeare's real son, Hamnet.
I got you. Okay.
And it's a beautiful movie, and the soundtrack is really what like makes me cry. Like the music's so sad the whole time that you're like, I don't even know why I'm sad. I just know I'm sad. And it's a beautiful story about loss and mostly about the mother. And oh my gosh, it was great. I have chills thinking about it.
Love that.
Definitely, like if Amanda needs a good cry, just be like, here, babe.
She doesn't need an excuse, but yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Who wants to go next?
You, sir. Go ahead.
Sure. I have greatly enjoyed the finale and the whole season altogether of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes.
I think I went into with really low expectations and was so pleasantly surprised with just the quality of both production and the story and the characters. I was kind of blown away by a lot of the writing and the dialogue, and there's just so much interesting, rootable characters in just this tiny, simple little setting that I've greatly enjoyed. And I hadn't read the original source material, so I was just loving every second of it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I think Ben was excited. Ben read them all, of course. But I think Ben was excited that my husband and I were like,
oh yeah, I was like,
we were
so
bamboozled there by the twist. No spoilers,
Yeah.
but we were like, oh my god, we had no idea. And then my friend let me borrow the book, so I'm gonna read those. But such delightful characters, and the actor for Egg, he is.
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. He's a delight.
I've never enjoyed a child actor ever, and he's like my favorite person. So
no, he's been amazing. And all the interviews, I don't know if you've seen any of the interviews. Yeah, he's adorable.
He's like, I don't like to cuss, but
Yes.
I have to because it's my job.
Yes. That was a pretty spot on Egg, actually. That was nice. You do voices.
He reminds me of Dobby, the elf. Master gave me a sock.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
That's great.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I wish I could like watch it again with like fresh eyes. It was so delightful.
They did such a good job.
Yeah.
I also went in with extremely low expectations, and
I think we all were like a little butthurt by the last Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
not the House of Dragon, but the
House of Dragon's been good, but
yeah,
with the HBO just kind of like undercut the last part of the season, and then I don't know. Yeah, the end of Game of Thrones is obviously pretty tough. But
yeah, and then just House of Dragon has had some cool moments, but it certainly hasn't had like the same magic that the first couple seasons the original series had, and it certainly doesn't have the charm of this new story for sure. So
that's what I just love about.
And this
Duncan
has some
Egg.
whimsy.
Yeah, they're funny.
Like
we can laugh.
Yeah,
I kind of going into this, I kind of had like dread because Game of Thrones makes me so anxious and like
for sure,
like makes me feel bad feelings. And this is like pleasantly like, oh, this is a nice story. Obviously, there's like still killing and whatever, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
in a palatable way.
Yeah, well, it's fun too to see kind of like righteous characters trying to do the right thing and being rewarded for that. Of course, not everyone is rewarded for doing the right thing. I won't name any characters and spoil anything. But I think especially with Game of Thrones and just a lot of modern writing where we really highlight the kind of morally gray character where it's like, I don't know if I should be rooting for you, but you're the main character, and so you're who I'm stuck with. And so it is fun to kind of do, like I said, a really simple story about rootable characters with really clear motives, and motives that, most everybody would agree with. Defend the innocent. And I've just been so pleasantly surprised.
You gotta do the line.
What? Oh, is the luck all ours then?
No, I was gonna say, oh, there are no true knights among you.
There was several lines where I was just texting them to Aaron. I was like, I've just been
A
saying
voice
this all day long. I've just been like, I really need to walk into a room and just yell this at somebody.
Saving the luck is ours alone. No, what was the one you kept yelling?
I will take Sir Duncan's side.
I will take Sir Duncan. These are not
We-
spoilers.
Yeah, we've been just saying, get up, sir! Get up, sir!
Did you see it was TikTok of the girl like, I'm changing my alarm, and it's like, get up.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That one's good.
So good.
You said that to me. It's good. Hey, what are you into this week?
Okay, so at my house, my girlfriend, she just watches reality television. So I engage in reality TV a lot with her as a way to spend time
You don't
together.
have to use her as an excuse.
No, I mean, we have fun together. It's one of our favorite. It's like when we're talking shit on a bad movie, like that's
Yeah.
our dynamic when watching reality TV. Anyway, we've been watching Traitors, and
Everyone has been talking about this. All my
it
friends
is
have.
really good, actually.
Okay. My friends were all talking about this. Okay, what's it on?
It's on Peacock,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so it's like celebrities, it's like people from Survivor, people from Big Brother, but then also some like reality TV celebrities like Real Housewives, some people from Love Island, that type of stuff.
Okay.
And
you were given snaps, so you've seen it.
Oh, yeah, we also enjoy a good celebrity game show, reality trash, and I'm fully caught up on Traitors. It is also one of our guilty pleasures. I'm in a fantasy league where every week you submit who you can pick 5 people, and if they all survive, you get points. So I'm invested.
That is cool. Yeah. So
right up
we
your
are
alley.
like, we have never been so into a show. We're like yelling at them. We're like yelling at the screen.
Oh,
We're just
man.
like having so much fun. Like you
Yeah.
have these like round tables at the end where everybody has to confront everybody. Basically, like you're a traitor. And like then they vote
Oh,
on
it's
it.
Traitor?
Yeah,
I thought
Traitor,
you
yeah.
meant like trade.
No.
Like trade.
Like
they're
Trader
trading
Joe's.
Yeah. Yes.
things. Okay.
They're
So
just
it's
they're
like-
just shoving 20 celebrities in Trader Joe's, and whoever can
No, I
find the
thought we were,
best
like,
deal wins.
Trading cards.
So you're either like 20 people show up to the Scottish Mansion or whatever, and then like
Have you
three of
played
them-
Mafia?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of similar to that, or like
Knives
Werewolf or
Off
something like that.
Oh, yeah. Nice out.
Where 3 people are traitors, and then the rest are faithfuls, and they're trying to figure out who the traitors are.
Okay.
And then
Nice. And
Yeah.
do you know who they are?
the traitors murder
Yeah.
people throughout the game, and
Oh,
you
shit.
know who they are, so you know who the
It's like
traitors
Secret
are.
Hitler.
Yes, kind of
Mhm.
like Secret Hitler too.
Nice.
But gosh, we've had so much fun,
All right.
especially with the latest season. So
That's a good
That
sell.
would be my recommendation.
I'll get Peacock. Fine.
Did we
Perfect.
cover everything?
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
sir, this was an absolute pleasure. We really appreciate
Yes.
you coming on.
Thank
the
you for
show.
writing Titan's Nest. It really, like, it's been a while since I've been, like, going throughout my day being like, oh, I wish I could read right now. Oh, I wonder what Darren's doing.
For all the howlers out there, get yourselves a copy of
It's
Titan's
called,
Nest.
it's not called Dragon Book. It's
Yes.
called Titan's Nest by T.D. Orel.
Check out his videos online.
Yes.
Support
Do
your
you have-
friends
do you have,
and your fellow howlers.
Do you have a spiel about where people can find you?
Yeah.
You can find me on the internet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm at TDORL pretty much on everything. Yeah, I love to connect with my fellow howlers, and it means a lot to me that you guys read it, and it's awesome to jump on the pod with you. The howlers were one of the first like communities that I got to know online, and it's just been a delight. Everyone's been so kind, and so it's cool to sit with 2 of the head howlers of the internet.
Nice.
Appreciate you very
And
much.
we are now part of the Bitten Knights, so
Yes, now we
excited to
are.
be
Yeah.
part of 2 groups.
We're going to have to revisit after we get done with Sigur's Roost. Is book 3, I heard, is maybe this year? Is that right?
The goal is late 2026. Yes, sir.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
Ooh,
We'll be ready.
finally an answer for one of our authors.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nice.
There's a reason that most people don't answer,
Yes.
so we'll see.
Sounds great.
Appreciate
Okay.
you very much. Thank you.
Yes. That was
OMG.
so fun.
So much fun.
Do you think he wants to be best friends?
I think we are best friends now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope he thinks my voices are cool.
We will not follow up on that. We're just going to blindly
We're just going to
believe
be
it.
like, he loves us.
Yeah, I think so.
As far as authors go, we're hitting it out of the park.
All right. What's coming up next week on HowlerPod?
Okay, next week we are talking to the Howler podcast, Fade to Obsidian, the runners of the Discord mega group.
The Howler's Den.
Yep,
That's going to be exciting conversation.
it will. So tune in. All right, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and stuff. Email us howlermailbag, howlerpod@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail. Leave TD Orel a voicemail about how much you loved Titan's Nest because you read it because you're a good little howler and a good little bit night.
Yeah, somebody leave a voicemail as Ulysses.
That'd be good.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
What's the phone number?
1-800-516-1540.
Nailed it.
I was reading. Find all this on HowlerPod.com and tell a friend about Red Rising, of course. And also, seriously, guys, I ate these books up. Well, I haven't read book 2 yet, but I ate this book up. You should definitely read Titan's Nest. It was a really
Absolutely.
fun read. Great world building, great map, great,
Great time. It's funny. it's
Furies.
fun. There's good magic system, good action. I thought especially like the action during the climax is really well written, easy to follow.
cinematic. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
And rate and review us 5 stars only. If you don't give us 5 stars only, then you don't get a dragon. So
Yeah.
look out.
All right. Thanks, Howlers.
Omnisphere Lupus. Oh.